Okay, so Assalamu alaikum. This is the Ryczkowski podcast, a new thing that I've started for people who, like hearing me speak and, like hearing me speak for an extended period of time, like the people from the live stream that I did on, I think it was Saturday. So yeah, one reason why I'm starting this podcast is because I'm in Croatia right now, and it is Friday right now. And I have no videos out, like I have nothing out, I have nothing recorded, I have nothing edited. I can't even edit because I don't have Premiere Pro on this laptop. By the way, anyone who has seen my community post recently did see that I didn't bring my laptop charger to Poland, but now I've bought a laptop charger for £29, which is absurd for a charger, but I guess it is kind of worth it in the sense that it's cool because it's one of those chargers that's like a universal adapter thingy. So whatever charger I have in the future, whatever laptop I'll have in the future, I'll be able to use that charger for it, because it has all the different ports, all the different connections. So I guess that's fine. Another issue is that it's got a Polish connector, so I won't be able to use it in England. Well, that's not even an issue because I have a charger in England. So yeah, that's just a whole jumble of things, and that's basically why I'm starting this podcast. Convenience, trying new things, because it's good to try new things, and that's basically it. So a few days ago I released a community post saying something like, I need help, I need video ideas for a quick unscripted video that I could just release and people would watch, and I got quite a few comments. So I've decided I'll just choose, I think it was 5 of the ones that I really thought that I would enjoy speaking about, that I would be able to speak about, and that wouldn't be too hard to write, because the last thing I want while traveling is to want to work my backside off just to release some videos, which of course it is important to me, but I've got other things to do and I'm quite lazy. So the first one is, how do you be consistent with routines? And the second part of that is, how do you conquer temptations? So first part of that question, the answer is, to be consistent with your routines, you have to have a specific time and place for your routines. That's one of the most important things. So if you go to the gym, if you want to go to the gym every day, you're not likely to actually go to the gym every day or want to go to the gym every day if you go at 6 p.m. one time and 3 p.m. another time and 12 a.m. one time, because there's just a lot more friction if you don't have a routine. Humans were built for routine for whatever reasons, so we have to base our lives off of a routine. We have to do things at specific times, at specific places, right? And honestly, the best way to actually stick to these routines is to have a strict schedule, which you actually know what you're going to do with. If you have every single hour of your day planned out, you have everything in your day in a schedule, including time when you're just doing whatever, maybe you're on YouTube. Still write that down into the schedule, so whatever time in the day you are at, you know exactly what you should be doing. And I'll go over schedules later on. And another thing is discipline. If you don't have discipline, you can't really stay consistent with anything, because you'll just feel like doing something else, right? And if you don't have the willpower and the discipline to say, no, I'm going to do something else instead, you're just going to do what you want. And if you do what you want, you can't stay consistent with the things that you have to do, because for some reason the things that are best for us are usually the things that we don't want to do, which does kind of suck. And now, conquering temptations. This one kind of depends on what for, because there's a few temptations that you can have. Obviously you can have temptations to wank, watch porn. You could have temptations to overeat, skip the gym, all of these things. But the biggest thing, or one of the biggest things that I learned in Atomic Habits, is to just remove the cues that cause these temptations. So if you notice that there's anything that makes you want to eat or makes you want to watch porn, one obvious thing is, if you open your cabinet and you've got food in there, you're going to want to eat it, so you may as well remove that from you, Get the food away, throw it away. You'll want to eat the food less because you'll see it less, you know. That's one of the cues. Another thing to completely remove the cues is to use a porn blocker, obviously, you know. If you can't see the porn, you can't watch porn, innit? Another thing that works is whenever you get a temptation or an urge to do anything, you just write it down, you know. I had this journal one time, and whenever I had an urge to do something that I shouldn't do, I just wrote it down. I wrote down the time, just so I can know, you know, how many of these a day do I have, what time do I have usually at. And one thing that I also implemented is that whenever I had an urge, after I wrote it down, I would also write down a task that I would do. So let's say it's 10 p.m. and I'm like, oh, I want to indulge in watching something that I shouldn't be watching. I write it down. I write 10 p.m. or 8 p.m., whatever I said, and I just write down, I had this urge, it felt this and this and that, and then I just say, okay, instead I'm going to journal or meditate or whatever. Just give yourself a task, because if you have a task, you're less likely to deviate from your plan. Because if you're just sitting there idle and you have an urge and you have nothing to do, you're very, very likely to just choose the path of least resistance, and the path of least resistance is currently the thing that you want to do most. Okay, next one is tips on meditation. How do I start meditation? Well, first thing, the way I started is to actually learn about what meditation is, what it does for you, when to do it, blah blah blah. And I have a video about that in the description also. It covers whether Muslims should meditate, and I did come to the conclusion that I didn't come to a conclusion, but let's assume right now that you can meditate, you can mindfully meditate as long as you just remove Buddhism and Hinduism from it, and you do it the scientific way without having any other religions to it. Let's assume that's the truth. You just download this app called Medito, or if you're strict Muslim, you can get the Sabr app, which is not just mindfulness meditation, it has some other things, but yeah, Medito app, and then you go on the beginner course, and that'll teach you the basics of meditation. And one thing you need to understand is that you will suck on your first few meditations. Your first few days or weeks, you'll be very bad at it, and you won't feel any effects. You'll get frustrated, you'll be like, oh, there's so many thoughts in my mind. A lot of people say, oh yeah, I've tried meditation and it doesn't work for me, or I've tried it and I'm bad at it. Bro, you're going to be bad at anything you start doing. Do you think you're going to be good at making a 3-course turkey meal your first time? No, you're not. You're not going to prepare a perfect French omelette on your first time, are you? It takes many, many attempts, and it's the same with meditation. And the thing is with meditation is that you can't ever do it properly. You can't. There will always be thoughts coming into your head, so you just need to understand that. One mindset to have is that whenever you get a thought in your mind, just treat it as if it's like a rep. It's a good thing, because you get the thought in your mind, and then that gives you an opportunity to refocus into the present moment, obviously. And that refocusing into the present moment is the thing that actually makes meditation good. You know, the point of meditation is to make you more mindful, is to make you revert your attention to the present moment more often. And if you just do that, that's basically the point of meditation. You just continuously do that, right? And the more you do that, the better you get at it, the better you can do it, you know, just in day-to-day life, just randomly, whenever, while doing whatever, you know. So yeah, to start meditation is just don't look at the too complex sides of it, okay? Just get the app, get Medito, do the beginner courses, do them every day. Better to do it at the same time every day. Hamza does it in the morning, I usually do it at night, but you can do it whenever, as long as it's best to do it at the same time every day. But if you don't, it's fine, but you know, for habit building, you know. Do it at the same time every day, every single day. Beginner courses, move up the courses. Understand that you will be bad at it, and eventually, inshallah, you will get all of the benefits and rewards in this life of that, inshallah. So, next one is, how did I find Islam? So, this is a really complicated and weird topic. It's a bit embarrassing too, because it all starts with when I was about 11, 12 and 13. There were these memes on the internet called Arab Funny. You may have seen it. It's you know, there's the guy that says no kiss before marriage, and there's also, you know, that one song that goes, I won't actually sing it, but yeah, Arab Funny is just a compilation of Muslim and Arabic mockery, I believe. It because it kind of is mocking, but I also do find it a bit light-hearted, in the same spirits as maybe Jeff Dunham, you know. Okay, so I liked Arab funny memes, and on Instagram I used to get them a lot. And one day I thought, okay, maybe I'll see more of these Arab funny memes if I search and follow the hashtag Allahu Akbar on Instagram, because, you know, there's also the meme of the suicide bombers and that. So I followed that, and I thought I would see memes, and no, I didn't see memes. I saw actual Islamic posts, actual dawah, actual, like, you know, real things that make sense in Islam, and real teachings of Islam and that. And for some reason, I personally think that Allah put something in my mind and made me have the decision of not unfollowing this. I thought, this is not memes, but I'm not going to unfollow it. I don't know why. But then I kept getting these on my feed, I kept seeing them, they interested me actually, so I liked them. I sometimes commented, actually no, I didn't comment, but I liked them, I looked at them, sometimes I saved them, and then I saw more and more of these posts, and I was thinking more and more, yeah, there must be a God, right? And it must be Islam, because of all these things I saw. It started to make sense, it started to just click in my mind, you know, it made sense. So slowly I started phasing out like pork and other haram things, you know. I started praying 5 times a day, but obviously I didn't know how to do the actual prayer, you know, doing this, reciting Al-Fatiha, sujood and all that. I didn't know what that was. I thought prayer was just being in sujood, making dua towards the Qibla. That's all I thought prayer was. So I did that a few times a day. One thing that I overlooked was that one core teaching of Islam is to actually learn about Islam. And for some reason I just thought, you know, I'm fine as I am. I will learn in the future. Which, yeah, that did happen, but I should have learned earlier. So yeah, I didn't know anything about Islam. I was still drinking alcohol. I was still doing things that I shouldn't be doing. And then fast forward to Ramadan of this year, doing some haram things before Ramadan, and then after Ramadan, my good friend Zach invited me to go to the mosque with him for Eid, and I thought, okay, hell yeah, I'll go to the mosque for the first time, have a nice time there, see what, you know, Eid is about, nice celebration. And it was just beautiful, you know. I really liked the voices of the Imam reciting Al-Fatiha and all of that stuff. It was really nice. I fell in love with it, so I started going every single Friday. And I actually started going with my neighbor, who was Muslim. He was actually so happy to find out that I was Muslim. He was so nice about it. And then on the next Eid after that, which was, I think it was on the 10th or 9th of Dhul Hijjah, I'm not fully sure, I can't remember. But yeah, there was another Eid then. He invited me over for dinner there. It was really nice. It was like he had some really nice naan bread and really nice chicken thighs and some kind of lamb dark meat or something, and it was slow cooked, and it was literally falling off the bone. That's how well it was cooked, and it was so nice because I've never had food that good. There was also some mango chutney too. There was everything, bro. It was so good. Like, Muslim cooking, they have the best food. Like, even doner kebabs. Actually, I don't know if that's a Muslim thing, but yeah, doner kebabs have been some of my most favorite foods, and yeah, they're Turkish. I've always liked doner kebabs, so I think I've just always been Muslim on the inside, you know. And so yeah, now I'm here. Now I've been learning more about Islam. One thing that I always known is that the best way to learn is to teach. So that's what I'm doing now, and that's what I'm doing on YouTube. I learn things. I thoroughly research my videos, and through that I learn things for myself, you know. And now for the future, I plan to, you know, of course, read the Quran, because I'm reading the Quran now. I plan to start memorizing a few surahs soon, after I've read the full Quran and I've understood many of the things. So now, one of my most favorite questions, one of the things I like talking about most, is what motivated me to start a YouTube channel. So flashback to about like 6 months ago, maybe, basically the start of 2023. Hamza always spoke about how to make 10k a month. He was always saying, make a YouTube channel, be a content creator. He kept going on and on about that, and it kept coming back in my mind. Sometimes I was just thinking, okay, maybe I will make a YouTube channel, but what about? And I kept thinking about that for a few months, on and off, because obviously I was very inconsistent. And one day, I think I woke up. Yeah, I think I woke up in the middle of the night, if I remember correctly. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I had this light bulb moment. I thought, what if I make an Islamic self-improvement channel? I thought, okay, I've hit the lottery. I've not seen any. At that time, I've not seen any Islamic self-improvement channels. I've not seen anyone do self-improvement Islamically. I thought, okay, I've hit the lottery. I can be like the Muslim Hamza. That's what I'm working towards now. But at that time, a few months ago, before Ramadan, I had really bad habits. So I had no drive, no consistency with anything, and I didn't believe in myself. So I thought, okay, nice idea. And then I completely forgot about it. Waited a few months, and then fast forward to around June of this year, 2023, I watched another video of Hamza's, which was titled something like, "This is how you make 10k a month." I was on a lot of caffeine at the time, a huge amounts of caffeine, because I was addicted to coffee back then, and I just thought, okay, let's watch this video. So I watched it and I journaled about it. I literally wrote down almost every single thing that Hamza taught in that video. There was like 7 pages of journaling or something. Wrote everything down, learned everything, and I thought, okay, I am able to make a YouTube channel. I am able to make 10k a month, inshallah. And I thought, okay, I can do this. And then about halfway through the video, Hamza said something like, promise me, swear that you're gonna make a video in the next 24 hours. So me, in my highly caffeinated, highly motivated state, I thought, oh yeah, I could do this. So I said, foolishly, wallahi, I'm gonna get a video out in the next 24 hours. And that was not a good idea, because then I started to spend like hours on writing a video, hours on recording a video, and then I had to import it on Google Drive, and then I had to spend hours on editing it, and I knew, yeah, I can't get this video out in 24 hours. So instead I just went out and I recorded a goofy little video, spent like 3 hours editing it, and I uploaded it, and that was my first video on YouTube. And you may notice, where is it? Well, I unlisted it actually, because I swore in it. I said the F word, because that was before I realized that I can make this an Islamic YouTube channel. So I just thought, okay, I'll just be my full authentic self. And my full authentic self at the time used to swear a lot. So yeah, I decided that I'll just scrap that video. And yeah, a few videos in, like 4 videos in, I had really started to commit to YouTube. I was doing so much research on YouTube. I was learning everything from thumbnails, editing, SEO, researching. And then on my 4th or 5th video, I made a video titled, "You Don't Need Self-Improvement." And it was just basically about, obviously you've definitely seen it, but it's about how you don't actually need self-improvement, because Islam has everything that self-improvement already has. And I did see a few people on the internet talk about this, you know, just here and there, just kind of mention it, but I never saw anyone make a detailed, full video like I did. So this was a gap in the market. And yeah, while researching for that video, I actually realized that there are 0 Islamic self-improvement channels. There is nobody. Obviously there were some, but there was none at the production quality of some secular YouTube channels, you know, like Ali Abdal. He's got such good editing, he's got such good speaking. I never saw any Islamic self-improvement channels that were at that quality, so I just thought, okay, why don't I do it? And that's what I'm doing now. Now I make highly edited, highly researched videos, which basically beat everyone in my field, because nobody put as much effort and as much thought into the videos that I did. Obviously I'm not trying to toot my own horn, I'm just kind of speaking facts. So yeah, that's what motivated me to start my YouTube channel. And next question is, how does one schedule his day? Well, as I said earlier, the best thing is to do the same things at the same time every single day. So step 1 is to write down everything that you want to do in the day. So for me, the things that I want to do are Duolingo, going to the gym, and reading. So those 3 things are things that I want to do every single day, but I probably don't do them, although the best case scenario would be for me to actually do them. And then you figure out a specific time that I actually want to do these. So gym, let's say 10 a.m, Duolingo just after Asr, or whatever. You want to base this off a specific time. And the good thing to do is to base it off of a specific thing that you already do every day. So of course for me and you, we can base it off of our salat. So I always schedule my days around what times I pray. So after Asr, the best case scenario is that I go on Duolingo until I think like 8 p.m. I have a cold bath and then I read until Maghrib. And that's usually my schedule. And then after Maghrib I gratitude journal, and then I meditate, and then I do Isha, and then I go to sleep. Atomic Habits calls this habit stacking, which just means choose something that you already do every day and then tell yourself that you will do something that you should be doing every day right after. Another thing you could base this around is when you shower. If you shower at the same time every day, then you can base it off of that, or when you brush your teeth, or when you brew your coffee in the morning. You could do all of those things. And the great things about schedules is that you have an actual amount of time that's prescribed for you to do your task. So if I have on my schedule that I have to do 1 hour of Duolingo or any other Spanish learning, it's really good because sometimes I don't want to do an hour of learning, and that schedule kind of makes me have like an obligation in my mind. It makes me feel more forced to actually do that hour of learning. And of course, this doesn't need to be fully military style strict. Even if you only do the things 80% of the time, this schedule is supposed to be a best case scenario. So if something comes up, it's completely fine, because you're not going to live every day as the best case scenario. But one of the biggest things that a schedule combats is those times when you're just mindlessly scrolling or doing something that you shouldn't be doing, and you don't know what to do. Like, you're just doing something mindlessly because you have nothing to be doing right now. You're just waiting for something to happen. And that might be what you're doing right now. So if you are, wake up, and after this video ends, go and do something. Go and do 10 push-ups. Go and do something that you actually should be doing. And inshallah, I will have broken you out of this cycle of not knowing what to do. And so that concludes my very short, very non-comprehensive podcast, at least compared to conventional podcasts, which are usually about 45 to 3 hours in length. I think I get away with having such a short podcast because obviously this is my first time. I'm traveling, I'm in Croatia, I've never done a podcast before, and I just don't have time to actually make a full-length podcast. If you're still part of the small group of people that are still watching this, comment down below to let me know that you're part of the Yan Squad, which is something I just made up. It just means that you actually are willing to sit through like 20-30 minutes of me talking about random stuff. And let me know what you want to see in the next podcast episode if I make one, and I will only make one if you guys tell me whether you actually like this and whether you actually sat through it and watched it all. And special thanks to these people who are my channel members at the time of recording, namely Abdel Rahim Mohammed and Ryan and Amer. I can't read my own handwriting. But yeah, thank you for these people because they've supported me so much. I can't believe that people are actually willing to give me money just because I make good videos. Well, they're not even that good. Just because I make videos, people give me money. Like, that's crazy to me. And if you'd like to help me in this journey of improving the Ummah, inspiring reverts and practicing Muslims to actually be better and to learn more about Islam, to become better Muslims, then please consider becoming a member. If you can't afford that, that's completely fine. You can just leave a like and subscribe, maybe a comment for the algorithm, maybe share it to a friend. And yeah, that's about it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.